Have you ever noticed how a single word from him, a single compliment, can shift the entire energy in a room? He says, "You're beautiful." And for a moment, the world stands still, filled with warmth. But what if they aren't just words? What if it's not always a gift, but sometimes a key? A key that either unlocks the door to his soul or locks you in a gilded cage of his expectations. We live in a world that teaches us to accept compliments with a smile and a thank you, to see them as tokens of affection, as proof of love. But some women have started to feel something else, a subtle, almost imperceptible dissonance, a chill running down your spine after the seemingly warmest of words. This isn't paranoia. This is your soul, your intuition, trying to grasp the energetic signature of the word, not just its dictionary definition. Because a compliment is never just a compliment. It's a projection. It's an unconscious confession. Carl Jung taught that we don't see others as they are. We see a reflection of our own inner world, our unresolved conflicts, and our secret desires. And when a man gives you a compliment, he is unwittingly laying out his map, a map of his desires, his fears, his inadequacies, and his shadow. Isn't describing you. He is describing what he needs from you. And the ability to read these invisible signs isn't cynicism. It is the highest form of emotional self-preservation, a path to true clarity. Today, we will not learn to play games or to manipulate. We will learn to see through the words. We will hand you 7 keys to decipher the most common and most treacherous compliments. 7 phrases that, like an X-ray, will illuminate his true intentions and reveal what is hidden behind. A beautiful mask of his persona. Because a woman who has learned to listen not to the words, but to the energy behind them, ceases to be the one who is chosen. She becomes the one who chooses. And this journey into the depths may cause discomfort. It may shatter convenient illusions. But truth, unlike flattery, doesn't seek to please. It seeks to liberate. And that liberation begins right now. The first key: you're not like other women. At first glance, this is a coronation. He places you on a pedestal, setting you apart from the gray, faceless crowd, declaring you unique, special, the one. And your ego sings. Of course it does, because deep down, every one of us wants to believe in our own exceptionalism. It strikes at the very heart of our childhood dream of being the princess discovered in a crowd. But let's pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and look behind the curtain of this lavish theater. What is really happening when he speaks these words? He doesn't see you. He sees in you the salvation from his own disappointment. This phrase almost always means he has a whole gallery of women behind him who didn't understand him, let him down, or weren't the one. And instead of processing this pain, learning his lessons, and understanding his own role in these scenarios, he's searching for the other one. He isn't looking for you as a person, with all your multifaceted history. He's searching for the antithesis to his past. You become not a person to him, but a function meant to prove to him that it can be different, that he hasn't made a mistake this time. Carl Jung would call this a powerful projection of the anima, his inner, idealized and often immature image of a woman. He doesn't fall in love with the real you, with your shadows, your fears, your scars, and your flaws. He falls in love with the shimmering image that he himself has cast upon you, like a projector onto a blank screen. And this is the most dangerous, most unstable pedestal of all, because life upon it becomes a state of constant anxiety. You will unconsciously be afraid to make a wrong move, to say the wrong thing, to reveal your humanity. Because the moment you get upset over something small, get angry at the wrong time, or are just tired and imperfect, he will immediately cast you down from that pedestal with the cruelty of a disappointed creator whose masterpiece has revealed a flaw. This compliment is a subtle trap. He devalues all other women to artificially elevate you, creating the illusion of your special, elite connection. But in reality, he's simply externalizing his internal conflict, making you his battlefield. He is not ready for a relationship with a real woman of flesh and blood. He's looking for a myth, a goddess, a savior. And when he says, "You're not like the others," he is actually whispering, "Please, be my ideal. Please, don't disappoint me like the others did. Please, heal my old wounds and save me from my past." When you hear these words, your soul should sound the alarm, because you are not being seen. You are being used as a screen for his personal drama. A true, mature connection begins not with singling out and contrasting, but with deep acceptance. It doesn't sound like "you're not like the others," but like "I see you exactly as you are, in all your light and all your darkness, and that is enough for me." Everything else is a game played by his ego, in which you have been cast in the role of a temporary goddess. And the fate of all goddesses created by man is to one day be shattered on the rocks of reality. Don't let him make an idol of you, because he isn't looking for love. He's looking for a cure. And you are not a cure. You are a universe. And you deserve to be seen as a universe, not as a patch for the holes in his past. The second key: you're so strong. I never would have guessed. This compliment often masquerades as sincere admiration. He looks at you with undisguised surprise, noting your intellect, your independence, your career, your ability to handle life's storms on your own. It seems he recognizes your strength and values it. But let's listen to the aftertaste of this phrase, to that quiet but lethal addition: "I never would have guessed." In those few words lies the entire essence. All the poison. This is not admiration. It is a declaration of his shock. The shock that you did not fit into his unconscious, deep-seated template. In his mind, in his persona, the social mask he wears, woman is supposed to be different. Perhaps soft, yielding, dependent, in need of his protection and rescue. And when he meets you self-sufficient, whole, his system glitches. You are an anomaly, an error in his matrix. And his compliment is not a celebration of your strength. It is an expression of his extreme surprise that you exist at all. Carl Jung would say that he is encountering something that doesn't fit within his archetypal framework. Instead of the passive, receptive anima he expects to meet, he sees in you a manifested, active animus, your inner masculine energy, your logic, your will. And this disorients him. The compliment, "You're so strong," from his lips is an attempt to categorize you, to find a new but still separate box for you in his mind. Warrior woman, Amazon, Iron Lady. He still doesn't see you as a whole person. He sees only the one facet of you that stunned him because it didn't align with his expectations. He admires you like an exotic animal at the zoo. It's interesting. It's unusual, but he would never want to let that beast into his home. Furthermore, this compliment often contains a subtle, almost inaudible reproach, as if your strength is something unnatural, a deviation from the feminine norm. It's a hidden warning. Your strength intrigues me, but it also frightens me. I don't know what to do with it, how to compete with it, how to appear masculine in its presence. A man who truly values your strength won't be surprised by it. He will perceive it as a given, a part of your nature. He will say, "Your strength is inspiring," or "I love how your strength combines with your tenderness." He won't add, "I didn't expect it," thereby revealing his own limited, sexist beliefs. When you hear this compliment, know this: you are dealing with a person who lives in a world of rigid stereotypes. He is not ready for an equal partnership, because the very concept of a strong woman is an exoticism to him, not a norm. He will either try to unconsciously compete with you, or subtly undermine your strength, criticizing your decisions to make you more manageable, more understandable, and less threatening to him. He isn't looking for an equal. He is looking for a confirmation or a refutation of his worldview. And in either case, you are merely an exhibit in his personal museum of ideas about women. True respect for strength isn't surprised by it. It acknowledges it, silently and with dignity. The third key. I feel so calm with you. You're such a homebody. Oh, this is one of the most treacherous and seductive compliments. It sounds like the highest degree of trust and intimacy. Peace, comfort, a safe harbor. It seems he has found his home in you after long wanderings. He doesn't want to fight anymore, doesn't want to play games. He just wants to be near you. And this touches the deepest, most ancient strings of the female soul, which instinctively yearns to nurture, to warm, to create a space of love and acceptance. But let's decipher the energetic message hidden behind these warm words. When a man emphasizes not passion, not interest in your personality, not admiration for your mind, but specifically the calm you give him, this is a huge red flag. He has come to you not as a partner, not as an equal, but as a weary traveler. He's not looking for a woman. He's looking for a mother. He is projecting onto you the great mother archetype, the one who will feed, comfort, accept him no matter what, listen, and demand nothing in return. He doesn't want to share his life with you, his joys and his battles. He wants you to service his emotional fatigue. You become not a source of inspiration for him, but a disposal site for his stress, his negativity, his problems. He comes to you to recharge his batteries, to unload everything that has built up, and then to go back out into his world renewed and light, leaving you with his emotional baggage. Jung would say that he is seeking a regression into an infantile, childlike state where he was cared for unconditionally. He is not ready for adult love, which demands a mutual exchange of energy, responsibility, maturity, and work. He is seeking a one-way flow from you to him. And the compliment about calm is a test. He is checking to see if you are willing to take on the role of his personal therapist, his shoulder to cry on, his unpaid emotional servant. He's watching to see if your eyes light up at this noble mission. And if you fall into this trap, you will very soon discover that all the passion, all the joy, all your own life force is being drained from you. You will constantly be giving, listening, comforting, and in return, you will receive only his fatigue and his brief moments of gratitude for how good he feels with you. But you will not feel good with him. You will feel squeezed dry like a lemon, depleted and invisible, because you are not in this relationship. There is only his insatiable need for peace. A real man, ready for a mature relationship, also values peace. But he creates it with you. He doesn't come to take it from you. He brings his own world and joins it with yours. He will say, "It's so peaceful when we're together," or, "When we're together, the world stands still." Feel the immense difference. The first is a union of two whole worlds. The second is the consumption of one world by another. Don't become his safe harbor if he's not willing to be your ocean. The fourth key. You drive me crazy. You're so insane, in a good way. Adrenaline, passion, sparks, fireworks. This compliment throws you into the very eye of the storm. He's telling you that you awaken something wild, uncontrollable, primal in him. You're not like the boring, normal, bland women. You are an adventure, walking chaos, a natural disaster. And it's intoxicating. It feels like this is real life, real, authentic emotions, the kind they write about in novels. But this is a direct path into the abyss of emotional abuse. When a man says you drive him crazy, he is making the most terrifying and honest confession. To you, he is admitting that he absolutely cannot handle the feelings you evoke in him. and he is unconsciously shifting all responsibility for this internal chaos onto you. From a Jungian perspective, here's what's happening. With your behavior, your energy, your freedom and spontaneity, you activate his deeply suppressed shadow. The shadow is everything he forbids himself from being, everything he considers bad or unworthy, being spontaneous, risky, emotional, perhaps even aggressive or sexually uninhibited. He is terrified of these parts of himself, and when he meets you, he sees in you the living embodiment of his own shadow. He doesn't fall in love with you. He is fascinated by the opportunity to live out his dark side through you, as if by your permission. You become his alibi. With you, he can allow himself to be crazy, because you're the one who makes him that way. He wants to set his world on fire, but with your hands. You become a drug for him, a dose of chaos that temporarily frees him from the shackles of his own propriety. These relationships are always built like an emotional roller coaster or a pendulum swing. Turbulent, dizzying passions, insane acts, sleepless nights, followed by cruel, icy falls, baseless jealousy, accusations, and emotional abuse. Because he cannot tolerate contact with his shadow for long, it terrifies him. And after every high, he will unconsciously punish you for awakening it. He will say, "It's because of you that I act this way. You provoke me." And you, blinded by the intensity of the feelings, will start to believe the compliment, "You're insane," isn't about your uniqueness. It's about his internal fracture and immaturity. A mature man isn't looking for a woman to drive him crazy. He's looking for one with whom he can safely explore his own craziness, his own shadow, without destroying himself or her. He will say, "You bring me to life," or "With you, I feel free and brave." It's about expansion, not about losing control. If he calls you insane, run. Because he's inviting you to be the scapegoat for his inner demons. He doesn't want love. He wants an indulgence. He wants to burn to the ground, and he has chosen you to be his funeral pyre. The fifth key: nobody understands me like you do. This is the sweetest poison, the most masterfully crafted trap. This phrase creates an instant, profound, almost mystical intimacy. He looks at you with eyes full of gratitude and says that you are the only person in the entire world who has been able to figure him out, to see his essence. He makes you the keeper of his most sacred secrets. You feel chosen, irreplaceable, his other half. You are two kindred spirits against a cruel, uncomprehending world. But this is the most sophisticated form of manipulation, aimed at total control. By creating this hermetically sealed bubble for two, he is pursuing several strategic goals. First, he isolates you from your support system. Any advice from friends or opinions from family will seem shallow and superficial to you because they don't understand him, but you do. He places your opinion above all others, but only as long as it aligns with his. Second, he makes you permanently responsible for his emotional well-being. Now, if he's feeling down, it will be partly your fault, because you are the one who is supposed to understand him, anticipate his needs, and heal his wounds. This is not a compliment. It is the bestowing of a mission, an almost royal knighting into the order of his saviors. He is not admiring your perceptiveness. He is recruiting you for the lifelong, unpaid position of his personal rescuer. And he will constantly test how well you are performing in this role. Any attempt on your part to set boundaries, to take care of yourself, or to disagree with him will be perceived as a shocking betrayal. What? You don't understand me either? I thought you were different. I trusted you so much. This will be his primary weapon. From a Jungian perspective, he is trying to create a symbiotic bond, a fusion, in which there are not two separate individuals. There is only him and his understanding reflection you. He is not ready for a dialogue of equals. He wants an endless monologue that you will listen to with approval. He makes you the sole priestess in the temple of his complex soul, which sounds like a great honor, but is, in fact, a life sentence. True intimacy does not need such grand declarations. It is felt in the silence. It is demonstrated in actions. A man who truly feels a deep connection with you will not say, "Nobody understands me." He will say, "What you think is very important to me." He will ask questions about you, about your world, not just talk about himself. He will seek your opinion, not just your unconditional understanding. When you hear, "Nobody understands me like you do," know this: you are facing a skilled manipulator, often an unconscious one, who is looking not for a partner, but for a devoted follower. He is offering you not love, but membership in the cult of his unique personality. And the price of admission is your very own soul, your own boundaries, and your own opinion. The sixth key: any compliment focused on a specific part of your body. You have beautiful eyes. I love your legs. You have an incredible chest. I adore your lips. It seems like a simple and natural expression of physical attraction. And there's nothing wrong with attraction itself. You might say that's true. But we are learning to read the energy, not the words. We are learning to see the deeper processes. When a man constantly, time and again, gives compliments not to you as a whole, but to your separate parts, a subtle but destructive process is taking place: fragmentation. He is unconsciously dismembering you. He does not see or perceive your wholeness, your soul, your mind, your history, your energy, your laughter, your tears. He sees an assortment of individual parts that arouse him. He admires the flower, but he doesn't care about the roots. You cease to be a subject, a person, to him. You become an object, composed of appealing parts. This is the ultimate form of dehumanization, disguised as admiration. He is not connecting with you. He is consuming you, piece by piece. His consciousness is, in a way, spiritually nearsighted. It is incapable of grasping your full complexity and perceives only what his libido can understand. Carl Jung spoke of the importance of integration, of attaining the self, of wholeness, as life's primary goal. This approach is the complete opposite. It's analysis, a splitting apart. A man who does this is operating on the most primitive, instinctual level. This leads to you starting to evaluate yourself in pieces. You begin to worry if this body part is good enough, if it has changed, and your entire self-esteem starts to be built on these fragile, external attributes. Such compliments are a sure sign that he is not interested in you as a person. He is interested in you as a carrier of certain physical attributes that satisfy his needs. And as soon as those attributes change, and they inevitably will over time, or as soon as he finds another, more appealing set of parts, his interest in you will vanish instantly. A mature, whole man also sees your physical beauty, but he perceives it as an emanation, as the radiance of your inner essence. He will say, "You radiate beauty," or "There's so much light in you." He will talk about your smile because it reflects your joy, not just about the shape of your lips. He will talk about your eyes because your soul is visible in them, not just about their color. He will admire your wholeness, not its individual fragments. Fragmenting compliments are the language of a consumer. Holistic compliments are the language of a partner. Don't let anyone take you apart to pick out the tastiest pieces. You are not an assembly of parts. You are a work of art, and anyone who doesn't see that is not worthy of even standing in your gallery. Seventh key: you deserve better. This is perhaps the most brilliant and disarming move in the manipulator's arsenal. He delivers this line with an air of performing an incredibly noble, self-sacrificing act. He places you above himself, admits his own imperfection, says that you are a treasure for whom he, a mere mortal, is not good enough, and you melt. Such self-sacrifice, such heartbreaking honesty. He's so vulnerable, so noble. Wake up. This is not nobility. It is a preemptive strike. It is an indulgence he writes for himself in advance, for all his future transgressions, for all the pain he is about to cause you. When a man says, "You deserve better," he is actually telling you several things in plain language, but in a way that your compassion refuses to understand. 1. I am not going to change, grow, or make an effort to meet your standards. I am who I am, and I'm fine with it. 2. I know all my flaws, but I'm not going to work on them. You'll either have to accept them or leave. The choice is yours. The responsibility is yours. 3. When I hurt you, and I will, because I already know I'm not the best, remember, I warned you. So you will be the one to blame, not me. You walked into this yourself. This is not a compliment to you. It is his official declaration of absolution from all responsibility. He is not elevating you. He is lowering the bar of his own obligations to zero. This is not the speech of a hero, but of a coward who wants to enjoy your presence, your energy, and your love without giving anything in return, and while having a ready, morally justified escape route. From a Jungian perspective, this is his shadow speaking. That part of his personality that knows of his inability or unwillingness to be in a mature, responsible relationship comes into the light and utters this honest phrase so that later, his conscious part, the persona, can say, "Well, I was up front from the beginning." A woman who falls for this trick is doomed to suffer. She immediately activates her savior complex. She will try to heal him with her love, to prove to him that he is worthy of her, that he is better than he thinks he is. She will spend months and years of her precious life trying to lift him to her level, while he stated from the very beginning that he has no intention of rising an inch. A real man who truly feels he is not worthy of you will silently do everything to become worthy. He will grow. He will change. He will work on himself. He will never use his unworthiness as a shield or an excuse. The one who says, "You deserve better," actually means, "I'm going to give you my worst, but I want you to think I'm a good guy for warning you about it." When you hear this phrase, don't argue. Don't try to convince him otherwise. Don't comfort him. Agree. Look him in the eye and calmly say, "Yes, you're right," and walk away, because he has just given you the most honest and most valuable key to his true intentions. He's not going to love you. He's going to let you love him, as long as it's convenient for him. We have walked through 7 doors, and behind each one, we found not flattery, but an encrypted message. Not a compliment, but a projection. Now you know, words are just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath them lie entire continents of the unconscious. Compliments are not what they seem. They are the language of another's soul, its inadequacies, its fears. It is a map laid out before you. The only question is whether you know how to read it. These 7 keys are not meant to make you suspicious, cynical, and closed off. No, they're meant to make you clear, crystal clear, so that your inner hearing, your inner tuning fork, becomes so sharp and precise that you can instantly distinguish truth from manipulation, energy from words, presence from projection. Carl Jung said that the ultimate goal of human life is individuation, the process of becoming oneself, whole and indivisible. And a woman walking this path no longer needs compliments as crutches for her self-esteem. Her worth no longer depends on what men say or don't say. She simply is. She knows herself. Her self-worth is a constant, not a variable dependent on someone else's opinion. And when a woman knows herself, she becomes a living, clear mirror. A man full of projections, fears, and manipulations will not be able to stand his own reflection in her. It will become unbearable for him, and he will leave, blaming the mirror for being distorted. But a man who is whole, mature, and ready for a true meeting of two universes, he will draw closer. He will look into that mirror and see in it not only himself, but you. And his compliments will sound different. They will be quiet, simple, and full of energy. He will not try to describe you or categorize you. He will simply rejoice in your existence. If this journey into the depths of the language of male intentions has touched something important in you, if it has given a name to what your intuition has long been whispering, do not let this knowledge fade. This is not just information, it is a tool. Share this video with another woman, a sister, a friend, who needs this key to escape her gilded cage. Leave a single word in the comments, clarity, so that I know this light has reached you and ignited within. And subscribe to continue this journey to yourself, together, because this is not just a channel. This is a space where we learn not to play games, but to see the essence, where we stop being victims of others' projections and become the authors of our own destiny, where the soul finally learns to trust itself more than the sweetest words in the world. And that skill, that clarity, is something no one can ever take away from you.